Why does he do it? Why does he give Abraham this information? To see.
How he reacts.
How does Abraham react? How is his heart? Is he as merciful as he's obedient? Or will he say, yes, Lord, because the Lord is the Lord. Yes, Lord, wipe them out. Wipe them out, of course. Yes. But Abraham passes the test this time as well. Just as he is a model of perfect obedience, he is a model of mercy. And even though there is, in the end, no possibility of rescuing Sodom and Gomorrah, they are destroyed in the end. Abraham will not say, destroy them for 1 minute. He will do whatever he can, to the point that he's wrestling with God. He who has never wrestled with God, for the sake of evil people, not good people. And this is the pattern, this is the model. There is in Abraham this intersection. Maybe people have told you that when we think about the cross, we have these two beams of the cross. One, the horizontal, one the vertical relation with God, between us and God, and that is the covenant, between Abraham and God. And the other one, the vertical, the horizontal relation, the horizontal, with our neighbor, with our fellow human being. The two must go together. And in fact, the way the covenant with God cashes out, as it were, the way it becomes real, is through Abraham's relation with the other. What does it mean to be blameless? Walk before me and be blameless. How exactly is Abraham going to be blameless? What are the deeds of Abraham in this passage? What does he do?
He asks to save the righteous, right?
Sorry?
He asks to save the righteous.
He asks to save the righteous, but that's just a tool to save them. He would be happy if God said, okay, I forgive them. Even though he knows maybe there's loss, but everybody else. He is merciful. That's one of the most important things. What else does he do in this passage? In this chapter? The first thing that we read.
He invites them into his home.
He's hospitable. When in the epistle to the Hebrews, this is the first Christian reference to this text. It says, do not forget to practice hospitality to strangers. Because some, and we know who these some are, Abraham and Sarah, because some have in this manner entertained angels, unaware. So it's a reference to this text. Don't forget to practice hospitality to strangers. And hospitality means not only feeding them, but it means being hospitable in general. And making time, opening yourself up. The kind of thing that perhaps could connect very well with the movie you watched yesterday. Be open to others. Be kind. Be merciful. Be forgiving. That's the kind of thing. Blamelessness is very concrete here. And Abraham's hospitality really is impressive. We have these chapters divided according to Numbers, but this is it's a medieval tool to just look up passages more easily. But chapter 18 comes obviously after chapter 17. Chapter 17 is the chapter in which we learn there's this covenant, and the sign of the covenant is circumcision. And Abraham was only 99 when he was circumcised, which means it must have been traumatizing and painful, and not very hygienic probably. And it's hot out there, and we know from other passages in the Bible, it takes them 2 weeks to start regaining your ability to walk properly. You're really disabled. So Abraham, who's 99, barely able to function, at midday, in the heat of the sun, trying to find some relief at the entrance of his tent, the last thing he wants is visitors, right? I mean, this is not what Abraham needs now, visitors. It's hot out there and he's in pain. He's, what do you call this? Convalescent, right?
Convalescent.
This is when God appears to him. This is when the three visitors appear. And what does Abraham do?
He runs.
He runs to greet them, right? Not only does he wave hello, not only does he not pretend to see them, he invites them in. He runs to greet them. He wants to make sure they're coming in. And again, these paraphrases, the Targum say, actually, you know why it was hot out there? Because God was very good to Abraham. He said, I'm going to send this terrible heat so that no one bothers Abraham. Because Abraham is such a hospitable person, he welcomes just about everyone. Now he must rest. Okay, so there's the sun out, no one's going to travel. And Abraham keeps sending his, this is a legend flourishing around the text. Abraham keeps sending out his servant. Go and see, is there anyone coming to visit me? And the servant comes back and says, there's nobody. It's like, I can't believe this, I don't believe this. So he walks outside and says and waits for people. And that's when God decides to test him. And look at the text. Chapter 18. You have to read it very carefully. The first verse says, when Abraham was 99, the Lord appeared to Abraham, right? Sorry. Where is 18? Here. The Lord appeared to Abram by the oaks of Mamre. The second verse says, Abram looked up and saw three men. So, who appears to Abraham? God or three men? God as three men? God and three men?
God and three guys.
God and kingdom.
God and two angels, that's another possibility.
Or the chariot.
Or the three. Well, all of these, and remember St. Ephraim, Scripture has many layers. Well, one reading is God appeared to Abram first. This is a rabbinic reading, a Jewish reading. So God appeared to Abram first. And then this group of three visitors. And Abram, the rabbi said, note, God appears to him, but then he runs away to meet these three strangers. Wouldn't God be offended? I mean, you have God in your home and you tell him, just wait, because I have to take care of these three visitors. Wouldn't God feel offended? I mean, if a king, if the president, the queen, for you Canadians, the queen comes to visit you, President Obama comes to pay you a visit, and while you're talking to him, the phone rings, and it's your good buddy who wants to hang out with you. So you pick up the phone and what do you say? You say, I'm busy, the president's here, the queen's visiting. Or do you tell the president, I'm sorry, I have to take this. I'll see you later. I need to take care of this.
That's
Which-
what I would do probably.
Sorry?
I would do that.
Which one? The second?
Yeah.
Right. Well, the question is, would God be offended? And the rabbi's answer, no. God was very happy. Why? Because that's exactly what he should do. He should welcome strangers because hospitality is greater than anything. Hospitality is greater than the commandment to eat kosher, to eat pure or impure. And we've kept this. Hospitality is greater than fasting. We have these stories of the desert fathers, for the Lord. So the two angels go to Sodom, and they will eventually destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. God will rain down fire, and then they fast when the stranger has gone. But hospitality is greater than fasting. So that's one reading. Another one is the Lord and two angels. And the third one you have in the icon. You have the icon right there.